Hi. So in the last video, we completed our entire stemming, lemmatizing, removal of stop words, creating an TF-DIF vectorizer, and then finally testing our model on some various textual summary, right? And at the end, we saved our model weights as MB. We saved our model weights as book gender model.pickle, and we saved our TF-DIF vectorizer.pickle. Now in this video we'll link or we will unpickle all those things which we have pickled into production with the help of this Flask app, right? So basically we'll be using Flask framework for deploying our for creating our web application. So first we will import all the dependencies. So all these dependencies from NLTK, they are just copied from here. Okay. Import NLTK dot stem. All these are copied. These are the basic NLTK libraries which are used for pre-processing. We use pickle file because we have to unpickle the pickle files which we created over here. And then we have this regular expressions library. We have natural language toolkit, and then we have the Flask. Now what we have to do, these are the common things which we have to use because we are using stopnets and wordnet for. We are using stop words to remove the stop words from our text, and we are using wordnet for lemmatizing our texts, right? So what were the most important features which we did in our testing? In our testing we did this features, right? Clean the text. These are the functions which we used: clean text, remove stop words, lemmatizing, and stemming. So all these functions are copied and pasted over here. So you can see def clean text. This will take text as a parameter, and everything is same as defined in this function over here, right? Over here, same thing is copied and pasted in this app.py file. Similarly, going to remove stop words, we have copied from this. For removing stop words, we have copied this function and we have pasted over here. Similarly, for lemmatizing, we have copied this def lemmatizing function and pasted over here. And for stemming, we have copied the same stemming function, def stemming, and pasted over here. So these were the four important things. First is removal of stop words, then it is lemmatizing, then stemming. First cleaning the text, then removing the stop words, then lemmatizing, and then stemming. So all those four functions are copied from there and then pasted over here. Now the important part over here is this text test library or the test function which we have defined at the end, right? So this test function is a kind of summary to everything. So this test function is, as usual, the first 4 lines are copied, and then then we are creating a vectorizer out of it, and then we are predicting the thing. Now we are keeping a map over here because 0, this predicted will be anything from 0 to 5. So we do not want numbers. Instead, we want the class or the genre name, right? So basically, in the last, we used to do label encoding over here, right? So we did label encoding over here for our genre column, which consisted of these elements like fantasy, science fiction, crime fiction, and all. So we are creating a mapper. So if this predicted is 0, then the class is fantasy or the genre predicted is fantasy. If predicted is 1, then the genre predicted is science fiction, like that. And then what we are returning from this function, we are returning predicted of 0, right? So this predicted will be a numpy array, and from that numpy array we want the first index, so that is why predicted of 0 over here, and that from new mapper of predicted of 0 will return these things, right? So this is all about the test function from here. Now we have covered all the 5 important functions, and now these are just the opening of the pickle file. That is, we are just unpickling the pickle files. We are just loading our model and our TF-IDF vectorizer, because we have to pass our model and TF-IDF vectorizer in this test function, right? So this is all the preliminary things which we have to do before getting started with the Flask main Flask code. So the main Flask code starts from this route. So we are basically giving a particular route over here. That means this is nothing but / is nothing but home page of the entire website. So this app.route, we are creating a route at that slash point, that is nothing but the home page, and that route is taking two kinds of messages, that is get two kind of requests, that are get request and post request. Now under that route we are defining a function named as hello world. So if request.method is post, if there is some kind of data which is coming from that form, from this web page, basically from this route, if there is any kind of data which is coming, so that is basically done or handled with the help of a post request. So if there is any kind of a post request, then what we are doing is we are storing that data in a myDict variable, and then we are taking up the most contextual thing out of it. That means what we are desiring from the data we are taking out. So we want this myDict thing. So we want the summary from it. Why we want summary from here? Because if you look at if I show you the index.html over here, in index.html, over here, if you can see the name is equals to summary. So this text area has a name as summary. So the text area is basically this one. Okay, this is the text area. So we are categorizing that text area as, we are giving a name to the text area as summary. So I want the data which is filled in that summary text area. So I am accessing it with the help of this. Now what I can do is I can pass the text whichever the user has written in this. Whatever the user has written in this, I can pass in, I can store it in a text variable, and then I can pass it to this text function. As I have already unpickled the model and the TF-DI DF vectorizer, I will be passing them as well. Now what will happen is I am returning render template. Once the prediction is done, it will render the template, and then gener is prediction, and text is str of text, in order to show what was the text which was selected by the user. Okay, and then show result is equals to true. Now if you go to index.html, there is one Jinja formatting syntax which is if show result. That means if show result is true, only then this template will be rendered. Okay, so if show result is true, only then this div will be rendered. What is this div? This div is basically the result. So you can see over here, your summary is the text which you are passing from here, that is text is equals to str of text, that is nothing but the text which the user has written. And what is the next thing over here? The predicted gener for the summary is, so you can see the gener over here. So this gener is the prediction which we are making over here, right? So it will be more clear once if I showcase you that, right? So let me just save this over here. Once I save it, it will reload the thing. Now once it completely reloads, now I will copy this entire thing from here. I will copy and I will paste it over here, and then I will hit predict. I'll refresh it. Sometimes this takes a little time, but not always. So yeah, you can see over here, this got predicted as thriller over here, right? So this is the entire text. Okay, so this text is nothing but, you can see these 3 dots. Where are these 3 dots mentioned? In the index.html I have mentioned these 3 dots. Now pre to the 3 dots, what is this? This is nothing but the text, right? This is nothing but the text. From where is this text coming? This text is coming from this app.py file. So data is flowing from Python file to HTML file, right? So from Python file I am sending text is equals to str of text, and with the help of Jinja markup I am displaying the text over here. And similarly it goes with the thriller, it goes with the genre also. So here over here you can see that the predicted summary for the summary is thriller. Now you can see this is of different color, right? So over here, what is of different color? This span tag is of different color, right? So that is which is in red in color. So this genre is getting printed over here. So from where this genre is coming? That is coming from this app.py file, right? So that is how the communication between the app.py file and HTML file is done. So this result will only be shown if result is true. When this if result is true, when show result is true. So if show result is true, only then this will get displayed. So basically, if my request is post, only then I can showcase it. Otherwise, I have to showcase the normal HTML file only. So if I refresh this, I'll get the normal HTML file only, right? I'll get the normal HTML file only, right? So that was all about the Flask app. It was very simple. Nothing was there in this. Basically, we just need to copy and paste it. Whatever the functions we have defined in this Jupyter notebook, we just had to copy them and paste it over here because they're just straightforward. And then we just need to do some unpickling of our models and files, and then we have to transfer the data from the we have to select the data, we have to get the data from the form, and then do some pre-processing, and then fit a model onto it, and then render the result on the same index.html page. That was all to this, and this template is also very easy to code. There is nothing into this. The most important part over here is this text area part, which I covered now, right? Thank you.